Jadi mau tiba-tiba boleh bani tawele bedena, फिर mau अंग्रेजी में बंदा, आज यहाँ हम तो गुरु और केम्बो सुब्दिनी से हमें नेपाल में भेट भयो. So I met him there, and he asked me to just visit this temple here with you all, and I was very happy being in a way just to visit here, even though mainly invited by our Lama Nyingma or Lama Dawa. Pale center. There is a pale center. So at the same time, it's really a great pleasure to meet you all. So most important part is, of course, you all know that we follow Buddhism, the Shakyamuni Buddhas, the Dharma teaching, that which kind of like started in India, and then they flourish the whole complete Buddhism towards Southeast Asia, and then to Nepal and Bhutan, and then to Tibet, and including in China about 2,500 years before. And then according to the coming of the Guru Padma Sambhava, Shakyamuni Buddha already prophesied that the Guru Padma Sambhava, the great tantric master, who is even just much greater, highly kind of realized than kind of Buddha himself. He mentioned means kind of there will be something more, and who will spread out this whole complete Vajrayana, all the Tantra teachings, and that is how we all are just followers of Guru Padma Sambhava, the whole complete Himalaya range, then even this Bhutan, Nepal, and then Tibet. So we all become like one family based on this Guru Padma Sambhava's blessing, and as you all know that there is a lot and lot of holy places of Guru Padma Sambhava in Nepal. So now the more privilege that which we have is as you all also maintain your culture and also your faith based on this Buddha Dharma, including kind of Vajrayana, that which has been preserved by the kind of all the Himalayan people, including all the kind of races, whatever we have in Nepal, and especially because of our late holiness, His Holiness Beno Rinpoche, kind of started this Namdeling monastery, where there is the like a institution that kind of like a high philosophical studies that within the all the Sutrayana teachings and Vajrayana teachings, including the very, very highest level of all those teachings that we have kind of 9-year course. According to that, many of that students who came to study in Namdeling Monastery since 1978 how that institution was started. And according to that, we have just, many of those good students, and they study for 9 years, not just only Buddhist philosophy, even the literature, that poems and other kind of including some English languages, out of which this is our Kembo, or today see how he got graduated, and then also after a while then becoming a qualified teacher as to enthroned as a Kembo, so that how he has been just doing very well, very good scholar, and especially he could do, of course, he could teach very well in your own language, Neplease. One time he invited me in Nepal with in his place, and then at that time he asked me to give some words, and then he was helping me, translate. I was surprised that he said, of course, just Nepalese language, but it is very more official words, that which he has been doing very kind of like excellent job. And then now with all then I think if you all are very devoted to this Dharma, to continue as part of culture and tradition, and also the our original source of kind of faith, where we follow that the teachings of Guru Padma Sambhava, so that still even you are here in a foreign country, you could try to maintain the whole complete just culture, tradition, system, and practices. That is a very, very good. I really appreciate, and I feel like that is the best thing that which we can do in our lifetime. Even though there are lots of many other educations, but it is more related with this present life, to get a job. But Dharma is very important in our life for the happiness and prosperity and longevity of life. Without the Dharma, one cannot have a better life. Without the Dharma, one cannot have a better success in one's kind of life. And not only that, through this Dharma teaching, even in the future, next life, that where one could have great deal of sense of just like experiences and the very positive habitual tendencies that being cultivated in your mind stream, so that even in the next lifetime also you instantly just kind of like connected with the like Shakyamuni Buddha and Guru Padma Sambhava and so all these kind of Buddhist deities like Amitayu and Amitabha or Medicine Buddha and Avalokiteshvara, so forth. And at the same time, as one could continue to engage into this kind of Buddhism, personal study here more teaching, and then after that to contemplate on the meanings of those teachings, and then when you gain some like a wisdom out of all this Dharma teaching, then try to engage into practice to how to work with our this mind stream. And the purpose of the flourishing of Dharma teaching is to kind of subdue all this afflictive emotion, the pleasures, and if we cannot reduce these pleasures such as like hatred, anger, desire, pride, ignorance, jealousy. So those are the worst thing, and those are the like enemy in our lifetime. Not just only this life, from very beginning lifetime till now, because these afflictive emotions, pleasures, then we could not just liberate. We could not achieve that nirvana out of samsara. So that is why Buddha on purpose gave all those teachings how to work with these afflictive emotions. Those hatred, anger, desire, pride. These are the like Acharya Shangadeva from the Nalanda University who wrote this the Bodhicharya Avtara, the Bodhisattva way of life. In that he also explained that our real enemy is this, the hatred, anger, desire, pride, ignorance. And when these when these rules us, then we create all this negative karma. Of course, we could also have some punya, virtues, but mostly it creates like so much of negative karma. And with these two, the afflictive emotion and then the karma, nyomompa and then le. That's how Buddha taught in the first 10 will of Dharma, Four Noble Teachings. Because of that, then we born in the samsara, and then we face so many problems or sufferings and difficulties and so and so and so. So that is why we need to educate more deeper level of these Buddha's teaching, and then also try to work with our mind that how to just get rid of these afflictive emotions, and then how we can transform our mind system into like a just bodhicitta, Changju said, bodhicitta, through generating more compassion to all those beings, to all those motherly sentient beings, and generating more of the loving kindness, just being loving to everyone, and also having the sense of very kind heart. So kind heart is like a very dear mother, how one cares about one's children with so much of affection. Similar like that, we have to train our mind to be very loving and caring and kind to just first of all within one's family, and then within one's kind of like group, within one's kind of like in a way kind of like a society, and then slowly that kind of noble thought and noble act of being compassionate and being kind and being loving to spread out to more and more other beings, how we can just maintain that. And that is our kind of like practice, and that is the essence of Buddha's teaching, and that is what we need to kind of train and then practice as all these masters, whoever you have met and whoever you from where you receive all this teaching, including Khenchen Rinpoche and so forth. So this is what we need to really understand, and then engage into practice. That will bring peace and happiness and prosperity in one's life, in one's family, in one's community, in one's nation, and that will spread out just the peace and happiness in the world, which is kind of that way how we can understand the Dharma teaching. Of course, I'm happy to kind of know, like when we are chanting Om Nanti Nandara generally, you all have memorized, and so forth. Now Guru Pama Sambhava's prayer, like Sagarana prayers, and then there Guru Pama Sambhava's mantra, and then chanting all Lokeshwara's mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, they are practiced, and then like Shakyamuni Buddha's prayer, like a mantra, Om Muni Muni Ma Muni Soha. So and so, kind of, just a good thing is in Vajrayana, in this Guru Padma Sabha's, kind of like a tradition, we have so many of those Buddhas and so many of those deities. And whatever we wish and want in our life, that if we want to have long life, we have like a Amita Buddha's prayer and practice. When we wish to have like a very kind heart and compassionate, then there is the all Lokeshwara, charity. And if we want kind of good health, then we have like a medicine Buddha. And then where we could have everything very successful and virtuous and meritorious, then the Guru Yoga with the Guru Padma Sambhava and so forth. So these things are, of course, you all are very, very devoted, and you all have kind of faith, and you all have very good karma, and become just very lucky and fortunate that still, wherever we may be in any parts of the world, but still have this kind of dharma and these practices, which is very, very valuable and very precious. And not only that, it is very beneficial in one's life, in this lifetime, or even that, as I said earlier, even next lifetime, and finally even to attain Buddhahood, liberation, enlightenment for everything. So this is especially the Buddhism, the Dharma is just one, it's very, in a way, very profound and vast, and it is kind of like based on the truth. It is one of the best like teaching that which we could kind of follow. Of course, even though in this world we have so many religions, but how much that Buddha's teaching is based on the relative truth, how he talks about the relative reality, and also about the absolute truth and absolute reality, which is talking about like karuna, compassion, or shunyata, emptiness. So these are the very profound that even this now modern science and modern scientists, that they also got so attracted with the Buddhist philosophy, because what Buddhist philosophy kind of talks or explains is exactly that match with the whatever scientists try to kind of discover about this kind of this our world and this kind of nature, and Buddhism just teaches, explains kind of everything. Many of what science have discovered What Buddha taught is in form of a spiritual, path. The thing is, mostly in the past, in the monasteries, in the temples, become, kind of like a very specific, kind of education. But general public, only we receive blessing and then, do pujas and then prayers, and it didn't have somehow enough time to, really study. Now we have to study, and at the same time, you all looks very healthy and fresh, and since you have that the devotion, then now study a little bit deeper and try to really understand, and then at the same time try to engage into practice the Buddhism or Buddha Dharma, which is anyway, which is very, very beneficial. It is like priceless, priceless teachings of the Buddha. So it is very fortunate. It is your Bhagyavan, you are fortunate that from your previous lifetime, you must have already some connection with the Buddha and with the Buddha's teaching, with the Buddhism. And also in your previous lifetime, also you must have involved into these prayer and pujas and practices. Also, you must have done, at least some aspiration prayers, or that I may, kind of born where the Dharma is flourishing. I may just meet with this, kind of like Buddhism. I may have that opportunity to, kind of receive all those teachings, and that I could, kind of engage into my practices. Those aspiration prayers, definitely you have done in your past lifetime. Otherwise, it's not possible. It just cannot happen in a random way, because everything has to depend upon cause and condition. So now that opportunity you have to utilize at this moment, just more deeper and more serious and more kind of like a practice, that how you can do these prayers and practices more effectively, and especially the highest level of Vajrayana teaching. Actually, which says if one has been very serious, one could attain liberation in one lifetime, like just Guru Karmasambhava's time and Guru the Shakyamuni Buddha's time. Hundreds and thousands and millions from that time to now. So many of them that already liberated, attain enlightenment, that whole complete, that the lineage master, that how it has been, just attain that liberation, and then again they manifest as to reincarnate as a teacher, and then continue to kind of like teach. So those all we all could also can do same thing. And one most important information is that in Sanskrit, what is known as Tathagata. So Tathagata is a Sanskrit, and it is very close to Hindi and Nepalese, because Sanskrit is the root of the Nepalese and the Hindi language, including kind of Tibetan writings all came from Sanskrit. So what I mean to say is Tathagata Garpa means that the Tathagat is Buddha, one who attained complete enlightenment, and Garp is the essence. Essence. So that what means that in the third turning wheel of Shakyamuni Buddha, that which talks about the Tathagata Garpa, which is the kind of like a absolute teaching or absolute meaning, which that main point is saying every single sentient being have this seed or potential. Whoever could to engage into this Buddha Dharma, study, contemplate and meditate and practice, anyone can attain enlightenment. So we all have that source or the seed or the cause or that whatever we say potential. In the generally most of the kind of other religions they say divine nature. So in our being have that divine nature. So this is very important point that you have to know that if I engage in practice, I can also attain enlightenment. Not thinking like that, I'm such and such, or this practice may be difficult. Only special beings can do that enlightenment. Not to just kind of think in a negative way. To think more about positively. I also have the seed. I also have the potential. If I engage in the Dharma practice, I can also attain complete enlightenment. So it gives you not just a hope, not just only a hope, but a inspiration. This is possible to be enlightened. That anyone can. So that way one feel more devoted into this Dharma, become more serious about it, and where one could have more courage through which one can do this practice diligently. So Dharma practice and prayers are not just only occasionally, we have to do in daily basis, every day, mornings and evening, and if one have more time, kind of like as much as one can kind of engage. That is, anyway, I thought that since we all are in a same kind of Buddhist family, so we all become like one family. So I thought to just kind of share to inspire you that you all can get more devoted, more serious, more active into these kind of Buddha Dharma prayers and then the practices. So then I'm not going to take too much of your time. And I don't know if this is the right time or not. In Tibet, Satya, Satya is the truth. When it comes to, like establishing the truth through a logical reasoning, no anybody in the world can argue with it. It has to be, kind of like, whether one like or not, have to be accepted. That is what even Buddha also said. So anyway, those are the information just to share. And then I think I stop here. Yeah. Thank you. को बनने को एकदम फेमस हो यो भुटान को हजुर काका थ्यांक यू